Over 1,000 West Ham fans and of course the West Ham squad have made the trip over to Cyprus to take on AEK Larnaca in a game that could help us progress through to the next round of the Europa Conference League. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. You join us for the match preview of our last 16 first leg tie against Larnaca, a Cypriot side who were the lowest ranked side left in the Europa Conference League draw, and we did pull them out of the bag. So West Ham fans have gone over more specifically for a good booze up over in Napa. So yeah, we're here to preview the game and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. Of course, after the dire, dreadful performance at the Amex on Sunday, David Moyes and his side, how we still in a job, I'll never know. But anyway, we'll look to somehow get back on track in a welcome distraction, I think, away from home over in Cyprus. A good couple of days, hopefully, if the fans can get out there and hopefully a confidence boost for some of the fringe players and maybe the first team squad, and a huge boost for David Moyes, hopefully as well, if we can get past Larnaca. So yeah, team news is coming up as well as my thoughts on the game. That's all coming up right here on West Ham Unofficial. So then, AEK Larnaca, who are they? I don't know either, but no, in all seriousness, a side over in Cyprus, and we'll be looking to get ourselves a bit of confidence. Now it's a game that we should be winning, and if we don't, then many people again have called for the sack of David Moyes. I think many people are sort of bemused why he's still in a job, but we're looking to put that to the side and hopefully win tomorrow night. It's a game where probably our focus is on the Premier League and trying to get out of this mess we're currently in. But as I said, I think it's a good welcome distraction for the side. How do I think David Moyes is going to go about this? I'm not so sure, because there's two sides of looking at it. You know, we've got a massive game at home against Villa on Sunday, which is a must-win game. It's another one of those must-win Premier League games at home. But then again, if we lose this, it's going to be an embarrassment. So there's two ways of it. Can Moyes rotate, looking forward to that Sunday game, but then, not rotate ahead of that game, or rotate and, you know, play a sort of second string fringe side, and then be at risk of losing and just complete embarrassment. It's a difficult one that Moyes has got the picture together, but you know, that's where he's got to earn his money, as he is still in the job, of course, and try and get a win and give us some confidence heading back, of course, into this game on Sunday against Villa and the second leg. But my mind's just already, you know, my mind's already set on that game on Sunday. We must win that game because we're in deep trouble in the Premier League, and I think this has got to take the back seat really. If we get through, which we should do, you know, that's going to be expected. If we don't, it's just going to add to a big stack of disappointments, and, you know, another reason why you should sack David Moyes at his role at West Ham United. In terms of team news, then Moyes did provide an update today in his press conference. He confirmed that Mikel Antonio Kera and Maxwell Cornet will return to his squad for Thursday's game against Larnaca. The trio all missed Saturday's Premier League defeat at Brighton, but will travel to Cyprus to boost the manager's options as he seeks qualification for a second successive European quarter-final. Antonio and Kera's absence have only been short-term, of course, whereas we know with Cornet all too well, he's not featured in the first team since October last year. He said Mikel Antonio is travelling with us. He felt a bit of a hamstring after the game at Old Trafford, but doesn't seem to be too bad. Kera was sick, but he's travelling with us as well. Cornet is with us too. He played for the under-21s the other night. But generally thinking he's not ready to play yet. I'm bringing him into the squad. Maybe he's more likely to be ready after the international break. So he's taken him, but he knows he's not going to play. Okie dokie, Dave. And as well, Moyes provided an update on the defensive pair, Ogbonna and Soufal, where he said Ogbonna picked up a little bit of a medical knee ligament injury in the game at Brighton, and we took him off as more of a precaution, but he'll be okay and will be with us as well. Soufal is not with us because he has a plantar fasciitis in his heel. If you know that, you know more than me. Time will help it, but he's not available for the game. So he didn't really put a time frame on that Soufal injury, but the rest of them seem to be nearing recovery and nearing time back into that first team, which is a positive. More players back, of course, is a positive. But I'd like to see, and I think Moyes will, aim to play more players like sort of Lanzini, might get some minutes, Downs in there for sure, and mix things up a little bit more, maybe experiment. I don't know. I'm going to be quite intrigued to see what David Moyes does tomorrow night. But it's a game where if we lose, lose, it's going to be embarrassing. So, David Moyes, we've got to win this game because of that fact and the fans that have gone out there. But many eyes are already set on that game at London Stadium on Sunday. My prediction for the game is West Ham United are going to win 2-0, I say. This Cyprus team may turn up and may cause, well, I'd say an upset, but it wouldn't really be an upset the way we're playing at the moment. If they've looked at our recent results, they may be licking their lips and overall, generally wanting to cause an upset and take, some sort of advantage back to London Stadium. Of course, we won't want that. If we can get this done in the first leg, that's just one less thing Moyes has got to worry about. It gets him a bit of credit in the bank, as the pundits like to call it, I suppose you could say. If we get through to another quarter-final, it looks good on paper. But again, you can't look past our Premier League position currently. So it's a game where, of course, there's got to be an element of priority for it. But that game on Sunday, for me, is just so much more important. Put your comments, predictions, and all of that sort of stuff into the comment section down below. I'd like to thank our channel sponsors here on West Ham, an official SRM Carver and Son. Of course, check them out. Link in the description. And Manscaped, you can get products like the Lawnmower 4.0, Weed Whacker, and all of your below and above the waist grooming. The best in the business. Check Manscaped out and use the discount code West Ham official 20 at checkout for 20% off and free shipping over there. My final thoughts for overall, I just think we've got, Moyes can just say whatever lineup and what sort of approach he takes into it, just go and win. And hopefully he's going to let the shackles off and take, and just for his own good as well, and take a bit of the pressure off, because the away fans really turned on him on Saturday, at the Amex, and he doesn't want that again. So many fans have spent an absolute fortune getting out there somehow. There's been cancellations, there's been flight delays, there's been everything, and the fans have had an absolute nightmare to get out there today. So the least we can do is just put on a good show, and hopefully some players that don't get as much game time will get some, and they can prove a point to David Moyes. And just a solid professional performance is needed, just to settle the fan base down a little bit, and pick up the win and pick up the advantage heading back home for next week. So as I said, like and subscribe, put all of your thoughts into the comment section down below. 2-0 win for West Ham, in my opinion. Larnaca might turn up with a point to prove. Of course, we've fallen to, lesser sides that no one's heard of before. Astragugu twice in the past, and Moyes will definitely be hoping that won't happen again. So he'll be wanting a professional performance and a comfortable win, as will all of us. We'll be back for a build-up show tomorrow. It's an early kickoff, 5:45, I believe it is. So we'll be here for the build-up show, nice and early, 4:30 tomorrow. Get home really quickly, get on there. So that should be good. We'll join you 4:30 tomorrow for the build-up show. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Come on, you Irons. Let's hope West Ham can finally do something right and pick up the advantage heading back home. That's it from me. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Thank you very much. And a credit to all those fans that have gone out there. Absolute real ones. Brilliant. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.